Well, that's not good. You see the difference between those cylinders? At first we thought it was a blown head gasket, but we were wrong. Customer states after taking vehicle to another shop for an overheat concern, it is now still overheating and nobody can figure out why. Let's see what it is. So my diag basically just consisted of bringing the vehicle in and seeing if it was overheating. It was in fact overheating. While I was filling it with coolant, it was practically empty with coolant. I did notice there were a bunch of bubbles coming from the degas bottle. Let me show you. Okay, so right here, this is the degas bottle, and it's like a radiator, you know, but it's not. It's just a coolant bottle that has pressure in it. I saw there was a bunch of bubbles coming from in here, and I figured why not do a block test. So let me explain to you what a block test is. This, my friends, is a block tester. We've got this blue fluid in here, and you stick it on the opening of your radiator or coolant bottle, and if it detects any kind of exhaust gases or hydrocarbons, it'll turn green, and basically that tells you you've got an internal leak somewhere in the engine that is letting the coolant basically get pressurized or leak into the cylinders. So it failed the block test, and then we sold the customer teardown to see what actually happened. I'm going to show you what happened. Okay, so we got both cylinder heads off here. This is the driver's side bank. Everything looked good on this side. Notice it's got a dowel pin here and a dowel pin here. So then we went over to the passenger side. We have a dowel pin here, and oh, look at that. Something's missing. Also, we saw that these two pistons were cleaner than the rest of them, and typically that is an indication that you have coolant entering the cylinders, and it's basically steam cleaning everything. After that find, we did take it a step further, and I wanted to check the out of roundness of each cylinder to see if the overheating had warped it, because this is an aluminum block. And when you overheat aluminum, bad things happen. Don't do it. So we actually ended up finding that a couple of the cylinders were out of round as well. Now I know what you're going to say. The dowel rod is inside the cylinder head. I promise you, I looked, it's not there. I'll show you. Here it is. There's one dowel hole, and here's the other dowel hole. We looked everywhere, I couldn't find it. There was no other dowel rod in there. So what happens when you don't have the dowel in there? Basically, your cylinder head is not sitting exactly where it needs to be for all of these coolant passages to seal properly and for it to seal properly around the cylinder. So over time, somewhere this developed a leak, which is probably why this was an auction car. See? Auction car. Customer had just bought it with an overheat concern. For this very exact reason, I will not be buying auction cars as my own personal vehicles, because they pretty much always have problems. It is what it is. So now we are stuck with, are we going to replace the engine, or are they going to take the car? And I'm waiting on everybody to tell me what I'm doing, but it seems like they're probably going to take the car. From what I understand, there's some sort of possible legal issue going on that I want nothing to do with. But they don't want to pay for an engine. I think it's like $20,000 for an engine for this thing. So I guess I'll let you know when I find out.